Yes guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is George Achillea out here, and today we are back with another ranking Spurs players video. Last time I did this, it was an unbelievable response, and the video somehow has got like 127,000 views. You guys seem to love it, but I'm gonna bring it back again because obviously we've had the Premier League restart. The players have, performed a lot better than they did when I last did this tier list. So we're gonna give this another go and see where the players are right now and how they differ to the last time I did this tier maker. Now, obviously don't forget to subscribe down below. We don't want to see a red button anywhere near in sight on this channel, so turn that red button grey by pressing subscribe. Like the video if you enjoy this kind of content, and as well as that, apparently YouTube's telling me that over 60% of you watching these videos are not subscribed. All right, so let's try and make that 50-50. Okay, that's a challenge for you guys. Subscribe down below. But anyway, let's get on to the tier list. Right, first up we have Harry Winks. Now this is someone I think that's gone totally under the radar for Spurs since the restart. In the games that he did play, I am pretty certain that we didn't lose a single one where Winks was starting. And a lot of fans seem to say, yeah, but he just passes left and right. Guys, he's like just the workhorse in midfield. He's there to just to control things. He's not there to carry the ball forward. He's not there to get the assists or the goals. My guy is transitioning from defense to the attacking players. Been a very important part for Spurs, and I think he's done pretty well since the restart. Given his obviously record that we haven't lost with him in, I think I've got to stick him in that good category, to be honest with you. Now we're gonna go big time early on here. We've got, as of today, the birthday boy, Harry Kane. Now, obviously last time out I put him just in good. I didn't put him in the great category because of course he had massive injuries towards the end of the season, obviously before the whole lockdown period. But since the restart, my guy has been on fire. Whether it was providing that backwards assist or just getting goals in the past few games, I think he's showing that he's back to his ways. He's back to his best bit. So, he's going to go up into the great category. He's upgraded from the last one. Well done, Harry. Someone else that I have to give fair credit to has been a lot better since the restart than he was previously, and that is Davinson Sanchez. Clearly, before in the season, our defense was just terrible, right? But since the restart, when him and Toby started being the partnership, they were hardly conceding goals. But yeah, as soon as he dropped him in the last game for Crystal Palace, for Dyer, we drew that game. Whereas all the previous games before, we won pretty much, except for Bournemouth. So it's kind of like, he's proven that he's getting a lot better and performed a lot better than he did last time out. And I put him in the average category, but since the restart, I've got to put him in good. His form since every time he plays since the restart has been not too bad. And not many individual errors, which I think is the big thing that a lot of people say about Sanchez, is that, oh, he's prone to giving away fouls, penalties, this, that, and the other. But that just clearly hasn't been the case since the restart. So, in my opinion, deserves to be in the good category. Now, another player that gets a lot of abuse for, again, these individual errors and mistakes being made is Serge Aurier. Now, I just want to take this moment, again, to kind of just say rest in peace to his brother, who, if you somehow may not have known, was shot and died in France, and yet he still managed to carry on, which is a bit of a madness, to be honest with you. And I just want to, send my condolences to him and his family. But when we're talking about specifically football, I'm not one to shy away from the fact that I didn't like a lot of his performances at all throughout the season. But if we're strictly looking at from the restart, and this is just from the restart, he made, I believe, 2 individual errors, major ones. That was the one where he managed to tackle an Arsenal player, but then let it go to Lacazette and he scored in the North London derby. And then I believe there was one more individual error from his part where we conceded a goal as well. So obviously, apart from those couple mistakes, I do honestly think he's had a much better restart than he did for the season beforehand. Now, last time out, I put him in meh. I think I'm gonna just level him up once to average. He's definitely improved, but I'm just gonna take him up one category to average. Next up is Michel Vorm, which obviously didn't play a single minute, but has since left the club. I don't mean this in a harsh way whatsoever, but I mean, that's the goodbye category, right? Like, he's not here anymore, so yeah, Vorm's in goodbye. Next up is Eric Dyer. This is gonna split fans 100% in the comments, and I wanna know from you guys down below what you think of him. But in my personal opinion, I genuinely think he has performed so much better at centre-back than he did in defensive mid. So much better. And you can tell that Mourinho is trying to make him like John Terry, pretty much. Like, As soon as his 4-match ban was over, he was straight back into the team, even though Sanchez was performing really well with Toby. There were still obviously some individual errors. He gave away the penalty on the first day against Man United, which was annoying because I think he had a solid game up until that point. And then obviously the ban just meant that he missed out 4 of the games. So for me, I think he would have been good if it weren't for these couple of little mistakes. But to be honest with you, he's proven to be a proper leader in defense. So I think he deserves to be upgraded 1 tier to average compared to last time. Now we have Eric Lamela. We didn't see him much since the restart. However, when he did come on in one of the games, he did set up the goals. So he did make an impact in that sense. But apart from that, he's mainly been used as a substitute, and there just hasn't been anything that's like exciting about it. Like he provided the assist, but apart from that, there hasn't been any other major moments where I'm thinking, wow, he's seriously improved this, that, and the other. So for me, it literally is just meh. Next up, we have Stevie Wonder, Steve Bergwijn, who for me is a very, very, very exciting player. In fact, I've got him on the back of my shirt. On here because I got it for my 23rd birthday, hence the number 23. Honestly, came on, got an assist to Kane, scoring goals against United. Like the guy is proving that he is a great young talent, and for me, since the restart, has been very, very good. And I wouldn't necessarily put him in the great top category because it's always between him and Lucas as to who's playing. He might not have all the minutes, but he definitely deserves to be at least good. He should be between great and good, like in a very good category, because I think he's performed better than Winks and Sanchez. However, I wouldn't necessarily put him on the Kane level since the restart just yet. If there was a tier in between, I'd put him there, but for argument's sake, let's just stick him in good. Next up is Gio La Celso, the guy that was the only one that was in the great category last time. He still hasn't let me down. He's managed to get the assist for the fact that he nearly scored, but it took a deflection off of Kane. And to be honest with you, is looking a lot more comfortable and trying to fill that Eriksen role of creating passes. There have been a couple of games where he hasn't really been that effective, so been subbed off. But again, you could say that for pretty much any of the players in the team. But all in all, I think he's still been a great player for Spurs, and I'm so excited to see what he does going forward. Into great he goes. Next one is another young player, Ryan Sessenyon, who we've not seen a single minute of. So there quite clearly is nothing to judge him off. So it's gonna have to go into the ODA category. It really is. It really is. Next one up's a bit of a weird one. It's Oliver Skip, who, for me, in my opinion, future prospect, great. Mourinho said he sees him being captain in the future. Anytime he has played, he's clearly done well because we haven't conceded. He's done his job. The minutes haven't really been there. So I'm just gonna have to stick it in the middle, straight up in the middle. I'll put it in average. Average in the sense that he's been good when he's been on, but it hasn't had enough minutes, in my opinion. So I think the middle's fair. Musa Sissoko, someone who's been partnering Winks a lot in that centre mid position since the restart, and in the last, I think, like 5 or 6 games or whatever it might be, we were the top form team of the last like 5-6 games, with both of them being in centre mid. So you can't say they haven't done their job wrong. I think it's one of them ones where he hasn't done necessarily anything spectacular, but also he hasn't been bad either. So again, another one that I think slots pretty comfortably into that average position. Next up, we have one of my favourite players at the club, and that is Hyun Min Sun. Now, last time, I know a lot of comments, guys, I know a lot of comments were having a go at me for only putting him in good instead of great. I'm pretty sure I had my reasons. Did I have my reasons? I actually don't remember why I put him in good and not great. To be honest with you, no, I'm wrong. Since the restart, again, getting a few goals, a couple of dry games from him, of course, but like I said, most players have had that. Honestly, I think that he's definitely stepped the level up since previously, in my opinion, and I can't not put him in that great category. I can't not. So, Sonny Boy, go up there with Kane and La Celso. You three, unbelievable trio. Unbelievable front three trio. Next one, defender, Ben Davies. It's really hard to position these ones, so I guess technically that's average, right? Like, you had good games, bad games, nothing outstanding, but again, nothing really poor, except for when obviously the whole defense, again, against Sheffield was just trash. But so yeah, I think, again, that's got to be another average place. Next up, we obviously have Gazzaniga in goal, which again, like I said, no minutes, can't really judge him. So it's just got to go in the oh dear category next to Sessenyon. That's purely because no minutes whatsoever, so you can't judge him. Now we have a man like Dele Alli, who's obviously not really played that much since the restart. He's been out injured, and then when he did play against West Ham in the first half, me and my dad really thought he played well, but then, I don't know, for some reason got subbed off. He just hasn't done much. He hasn't been able to play, he's been injured. If we're strictly looking at the restart, it has to be Meh. I love the guy, unbelievable, and I wish he stays at Spurs, but obviously, if I'm strictly looking at the restart, I can't put him higher than there. He hasn't been able to play that much. Next, we have Toby Alderweireld. Last time out, I put him in Meh. In the restart, we started off with Dyer and Sanchez as our centre backs. It was okay. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't incredible. As soon as Toby came in and stepped up to the plate, I think defensively we looked a lot more sound. 100% a lot more sound. And I have to give fair credit to Toby. He was top drawer, top class. So for me, deserves to go from Meh all the way up to good. And now we have Lucas Moura. And again, I think this is another one that's gone slightly under the radar since the restart. I hear a lot of people of you saying, oh, why is he starting Lucas ahead of Bergwijn? Start Bergwijn, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest with you, Lucas has done the job. Mourinho obviously wants players that can be defensively sound. And when Lucas made, what was it, like 10 tackles, I think it was 10 successful tackles in the North London, like that is, from a winger, that is unbelievable. No player's done more than that. Like no player in the Arsenal team did more than that. I think the whole of the defense did less than he did. Not only that, got 2 assists the other day. But yeah, honestly, I think my guy's gone so under the radar. He's performed very well, and that's hence why Mourinho started him in the past like 6 games. He's performed extremely well, and I think he also deserves to be in the good category too. Now next up, I'm gonna make me cry, is Super Jan. Vertonghen is gonna be very, very missed at Spurs, and this is a tough one. This is a tough one. This is. Super Jan, I love him to bits. Didn't play really at all in the restart, and really gutted that we didn't have a proper goodbye. You know what? Screw the Taylors. I don't care about like post-lockdown or whatever. No. Vertonghen, you're going in great for all your 8 years of service. My guy, I love you to bits. I'm so sad to see you go, but obviously I think this is the right time. But you know what? For your service and everything you've done the past 8 years, you deserve so much more in terms of trophies and that. So I'm gonna stick you up in the great category. Thank you for everything, and especially moments like that last minute Wolves winner with the header, and no one's gonna forget that Dortmund game. Absolutely insane. So again, Jan, thank you so much for everything. We're gonna miss you, but good luck with whatever you do next. And fancy coming back as coach in a few years' time? Let us know. Now on to another player that for me has just been under the radar and been absolutely outstanding for Spurs since the restart, and that is Hugo Lloris. I saw some stat the other day that he has topped the charts for goalkeepers in so many different categories, I think since the restart, at #1 spot. Hasn't put, honestly, a single foot wrong. In all honesty, I genuinely think since the restart, he has been great. I want to know if you guys agree with me, because I really do think he's gone under the radar, and the fact that he's quite literally been the best goalkeeper since lockdown, massive testament to his change in mentality and what he's done since coming back. 2 more to go. One being Jedson, someone we've seen for like a few minutes at best, and still don't really know what he has to offer at the club. It's going to be in the oh dear category. I'm sorry, but like I just want to see more of him. We haven't seen enough of him. I need to see more of him. And then finally, Tanguy Ndombele. In the last one, I put him in average, because I know that at the start of the season, he was very, very good in my opinion. Got injured, and then since the injury, just didn't have the fitness. Since the restart, no one knows what's been happening. He hasn't been playing. He's always been on the bench. He's only managed to play a few minutes since the restart, and then got injured at the end. And honestly, it breaks my heart, because I feel like he's such a big talent, but it's a matter of, is he going to get the fitness? Is he going to play well next year? Is he even going to be at Spurs next year? There's such a huge question mark around him. It's breaking my heart a little bit, but I'm going to have to drop him into the oh dear category. I'm going to have to. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Anyway, that's it. That is the final tier list of the Spurs players since the restart. Let me know if you agree with any of them or disagree. I'm open to all the conversations in the comments. I'm reading through all of them. So make sure to do that. Like I said before, make sure to subscribe down below. I've got some incredible content coming in August. And when I say incredible, I quite literally mean incredible. I can't say anything right now, but it's huge. So turn the notification bell on, subscribe, like. We are very, very, very close to 51K subs. So let's see if we can get to 60K subs by the end of the summer. Other than that, I hope you guys are doing well, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Peace.
No, there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'll be moving fast. Call me a shooting star.